are back for another episode of Manny Monday. In case you are not hip to the fact, Manny Monday is an opportunity for me to talk to my family, friends, but also to talk to you about moments of epiphany and things that I've noticed throughout the week, things that I learned, life lessons, things, or just quotables, and what they are, what are those things, what I'm even talking about, right? There's a list in the description of this video, as well as my Instagram, right? Why do you need my Instagram? So I usually post a list of topics I'm going to talk about, and I go off that list in videos, and that list is official list is posted Friday on my Instagram, and of course, Monday is my Manny Monday, which of course is posted only on YouTube, right? But if you want to get that list before I officially do that Manny Monday, you gotta follow me on Instagram. But without further ado, let's get right into the list, right? So the first thing I want to talk about, thing that stand out to me and far as realization and everything, is no one to replace me. It's deep. It's like, not to get in my bag, but I need to get in my bag. I realize how amazing of a person that I am, and the things that I do or I have done within my lifetime, and the things that I would continue to do. Like, this year has been, to say it's been amazing is be a grave understatement, right? And I'm starting a new journey, and I'm also running the trap of trying to figure out a way of how to outdo myself going into the next year. But hearing all of that, there will never be another me. And even try to duplicate the things that I've done, it's just not feasible. It's just not feasible. I know it's been a reoccurring theme, and it's even talked about in the previous videos and under their different title and headline. But there really, truly will never be another me. No one can do it like me. And not even on an egocentric and stuff like that, but just really kind of sad about that, right? Because I am that mentor, I am that person, I am that friend that I want to be for someone else, right? I want me to be me for someone else. I know some people, I know that's me for me. I know that's, stay with me, I promise, you won't get lost in the sauce. I mean, I'm that person that I would want to be. Like, I'm that friend that I want to be. I'm that partner that I want to be, and I treat people the way that I also want to be treated. In doing so, I feel good about myself. It's very rewarding, especially when I get to see other people succeed and do different things. Whether they take my advice, whether they don't, whether they reach their own conclusions, and whether they challenge themselves in different ways or avenues, or, but it's just like, damn, I'm that for this person. But how would it be once I'm no longer in the picture and they're left to their own devices and having to do things on their own? It does make me think, it does make me ponder, but not to get too lost in it, because I don't want to get caught staring backwards that I can't look forward to the future. But yeah, there is no one to replace me. And in that, I have a brief moment of sadness, but not too long. But I hope you guys would be all right. But appreciate me where I'm here, right? Second order of business is we're getting older. And by I mean we're getting older, I mean me getting older. I know I talked about in my last video of being in my 20s and having the privilege of fucking up and starting over, and like, what's 4 more years, what's 5 more years. But then even thinking about that is like, when I think about, again, piggybacking off of number 1 and the spirits and the things that I did in this life, and then also realizing that as I'm getting older, I'm gaining all this knowledge and experience, and there's still so many things that I just don't know. What beauty it is to be at my current age and still feel like I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I know as crazy as that sounds, I'm currently 27, And I started so many new things within this new year. I know I talked about it being one of the worst and one of the best years of my life at the same time. If you don't know what I'm talking about, please just look over those previous videos and you will see like, damn, like you've really been through the ringer this year. But also starting the three things of new was just like starting school, the new career, but then also continuing with Spanish, which also still feels new in its own way, and being able to progress with that, and then knowing that there will be a time in the future that these things are new right now, right? But as I get older, I will become essentially the experts in these things and within these fields, and be able to advocate on it or be able to communicate with it, to not only know the ins and out, but actually have the right rhetoric and terminology to use and advocate on it, especially when I talk about language or my journey with this alcohol and drug abuse counseling certification. And I look forward to it, right? But getting older is not a bad thing. I don't even look at it the lens of mortality, but I look at it as how am I going to outdo myself in a sense of continuing my process of learning, right? Third thing, they're not good people. I wasn't in the best state of mind when I wrote that down. I was just relishing it as a word of just like how evil some people can be, and I did nothing wrong, right? I can take accountability when I'm wrong. I'm the first person to say sorry, but have you ever just exist and you just doing you, but someone's just so bothered by it that they just have to say something, just literally have to say something. And every time someone does that, I interpret it as like, hey, I'm not comfortable within my own self, in my own body, so I feel the need to police somebody else in their body, right? Because they're living their truth. And how dare they live their truth when I want to, right? I think it reminds me when I watched this show, Pose, for example. And I think it was like Pose season 2. And the dude had to explain why he liked going to the ballrooms and being around these women, despite them being drag queens and stuff like that. And he said like he appreciate the amount of freedom that they were able to display and who they are and stuff like that. And because of that, he wanted to be around them, right? And that was his way of living vicariously through them, right? But instead of just doing things within moderation, maybe he was strategizing, stuff like that. People resort to just being evil, saying hurtful words, side comments, and shit like that. But we can be a blessing unto someone. We don't have to pull the rug out from underneath them, right? You may notice a motif, you may notice a theme with these videos, right? That it does encompasses the same idea but expressed differently. And I think that's the beauty of it. Week by week, the message does stay the same, the message is consistent, but it has a different way of manifesting, right? Yeah. And for now, like the video, like and subscribe. So you like first, then you subscribe, right? But that concludes my Manny Monday. You take care. Until next time, jaritos on me, and I will see you next Monday.